Alan, last game of the season, can we get your thoughts on today?
Yeah, I think just obviously disappointed on today. I think when we're probably maybe the better team in the first half, we probed away, played some good football, and then we make a mistake and we end up 1-0 down. Second half again, we start in front foot, we're good. We get counter-attacking, we're 2-0 down, but then after that I thought we were really good. Elijah comes on, he wins a penalty, he's nice and positive. Danny does what he does against Airdrie and scores again from a penalty spot, so you think you're back in it then. And then I think just it's a little bit comedy of errors after that. The goals we let away. Young left back he does well to run through, but he runs through about 4 or 5 of them without a tackle. And then a long ball up the pitch and bounces that, there's a bit of lack of communication. So listen, those things are disappointing on today. And I said that to the players, we've got to be good all the time, but in the bigger picture, boys have been different class for the season. We spoke about coming up. Can we be competitive? Can we touch the playoffs, which was probably a dream? And at times we sat top of this league and we went toe to toe with full-time teams in Dunfermline and Falkirk. I think when we played Dunfermline here at Christmas, if we'd beat them, we would have actually jumped ahead them and actually deservedly being top of the league. Not just having played more games, but loads of positives, loads of quality from the players, their commitment, their effort. But just listen, they've done a really good job in a league. I gave the players the stats. I'm not giving you them, but it's. I think nearly every stat we had from last year, we've gone beyond this year. So, for example, we scored 43 goals last year. We scored 60 this year, a league up. All the same players that played in League 2 last year have scored more goals this season. So, with more wins, everything's up, even though we're a league up. Yeah. And that's just credit to the players that in a league that we weren't sure what we're going into. We'd never been here before. We've more than held our own.
And do you think that plays a bit of a part in coming up, because people obviously, you don't play them very often, there's a bit of uncertainty about how they're going to play against you. Do you think that helps when you're coming up? There is a bit of how are we going to do this season, but I think that plays a part on coming up against teams that don't play you very often.
Maybe a little bit at the start, we're a bit of a surprise package. Maybe put together maybe a new team in some ways, but listen, a couple of things worked for us in that we played Airdrie in the League Cup. Where we drew and then we won the game of penalties. I think that gave the boys a lot of belief in what the level was and that we could compete. Getting Kelty first game of the season, a team we'd played quite a lot last season, the champions of our league, to go there and win, I think gave us a lot of belief. But in between, or just after that, we take a few sore ones off the full-time teams, but as the season's gone on, we've found a way to be competitive. We drew at Dunfermline. It was maybe one of our best performances of the season. We went to Falkirk 10 days ago or whatever it is now, and we won the game. So I think as the season's gone on, we've shown we can compete with those teams, and that's part of football, just developing, being more comfortable in the new environment. We've probably surprised a few people, and maybe that's probably resulted kind of in this last quarter where we haven't maybe picked up as many results. People maybe know more what we're going to do, but also we've kind of just run out of numbers a little bit as well. A couple of injuries probably really hurt us, but over the season when we step back and we have time to reflect, and I think it's been really enjoyable. I said that to the players, you enjoy it, you want to be part of this again, you've got to be at it all the time, and we want to come back and we want to kind of build on what we've done this season.
And just lastly, you spoke of development there. We've seen players like Elijah and Ukam and Irvin and McNamara come through. Are these players that you're kind of looking at thinking maybe they have what it takes to step up to this level in the coming years? Yeah,
we have a 20s team, and I would say most nights there's a couple of them training with us, and just learning the game. They might have the technical ability, or put them in and see what happens. If we don't put them on the pitch, we'll never know. Elijah's been kind of around it for quite a while. We've dipped him in and out, but tried to get him on a little bit longer today and see if he could offer us something. He does really well for the penalty, but then I think he realises the pace of the game near the end. He's blowing. Guangrad played against Linlithgow in the cup, did really well in that one. Trained well with us, but again, put him in against a good team, full-time team. It's really difficult, but he did well today. He showed some composure. Again, trying to explain to them the pace of it, but until we put them in, they don't realise how quick it is and what they need to do. But and that's why we have the 20s, and we try and bring players through if we can. Listen, it's part of Sam playing today. He's had to be really patient, sitting the bench as well. Deserved to play, and one or two others. So it's it's not a nothing game. It's never a nothing game, but an opportunity for some others to play. So the result isn't the be all and end all. As much as we would have liked the winner, but just looking over the season as a whole, I think a lot of people can be very pleased with what they've done.
Yeah. Alan, it's been a phenomenal season. Thanks again for everything, and hopefully we'll see you next year.
Cheers, thank you.